Hey guys, so today I'll be talking about 5 ways how you can build confidence regardless of how you feel. Alright, so I know a lot of times you will wake up not in the mood to do anything, but then you have something major that you have to do, right? So the world is depending on you to carry out a task, or even your family members and friends. It could be your kids, just that you need to fulfill a demand, right, at a given time, and you are not in the mood. You just really don't feel like doing it. All right, so today I have 5 steps or 5 simple things that you can do to build your confidence regardless of how you feel. All right, so the first thing that you can do to build your self-confidence regardless of how you feel is to do stretches. Yes, I said it. Do some stretches. Do some yoga. All right, because what I realized that stretches, yoga, or even meditation do is that it will help you to build a mind to body connection. Yes, once you are in a zen mood where you are able to focus on your mind, your body, and the sensations that your body is naturally giving off, you are able to connect with your body, your mind, and then you'll be able to make more practical decisions and even talk yourself into doing the thing that you really have to do. All right, so don't underestimate the power of doing simple stretches. And that's personal for me. That's something that I do also. And not only the increase in blood circulation effect where it makes you feel more aware, but what it does also, it helps for some persons and a lot of persons, including myself, it does help in losing weight and weight management. All right, so what it does though, the main thing about simple stretching, meditation, and exercises like these, nothing rigorous, just calm, soothing, relaxing exercises. So you can put your mind in a place where it needs to be. It's just really a method of preparation for your task ahead. So the first thing that you want to do is to go ahead and do some simple, long, deep breaths and some stretches to go and then end with that. All right, another thing that you can do, so this is the second thing that you can do, is talk to yourself in the mirror. Yes, guys, and you might be wondering, why am I sitting here? I'm actually by the front of my door, and this is not the most pleasing view in my house, but sometimes to get the task that you have to do, you have to sometimes go in the mirror and look at yourself, which is exactly what I'm doing now. All right, so a lot of times people's perception of you is not what you have of yourself. And many times people think I'm a snob. They look at me and think I'm naturally a snob, or I'm just this type of person that thinks she's better than other people, or some silly other things. But these are called perception. But someone's perception of you can simply be because of the way you look. Because a lot of times we don't look into the mirror to see, okay, how do I present myself to the world? How do others see me? Simply because we're not looking in the mirror enough. And a lot of times, if we look in the mirror enough, we'll realize that we have all it takes. We have everything that is required to do a task. We have everything that we need to look, feel confident. But guess what? We're lacking that just from the mere fact that we don't look into the mirror enough. What looking into the mirror does, it allows you to look at yourself from different perspectives. So when you're doing this, you want to do this with a non-judgmental view. So you want to go in your mirror and look at yourself like, look at me now. How will someone who will see me for the first time, how will they perceive me? How will they receive me? Well, my outward appearance, will it reflect the type of person I am on the inside or what I'm about? So a lot of times we simply just need to look into the mirror and make changes accordingly. One of the things that I like to do is talk to myself in the mirror. So a lot of times, even like before I make my videos, I'll be in the mirror having full-blown conversations with myself. Yes, I have full-blown conversations with myself. I talk, I answer, I think, Like my mirror is literally my best friend, because like I know for a fact that I have a broad personality, meaning that I know I'm very open to life and open to a lot of different perspective, and also I know I'm a very emotional person, which means like simple things triggers my mood, right? So from day to day, I'll be a different person. So you can talk to me last week, and my perspective on a particular topic can be here, and then you talk to me today, my perspective has shifted, and that's normal. But remember, as human beings, we're not supposed to really be stuck in any specific frame of mind to say that we're always gonna be that, because remember, information changes things, and it's okay to change your mind and perspective on things, but your outward appearance should reflect what you want to portray on the outside, right? You have to always remember that looking into the mirror helps you to see what others might see. Like, for instance, I like piercings, and I go through different phases where I pierce my eyebrows. Now this is not a piercing, but I've pierced my nose 2 times before. I've had like 7 piercings on my ears. I go through phases where I just want to look this particular way at this particular time. And 2 months down the line, I'm like, no, I don't like my ears being pierced 7 times anymore. I don't like my nose having piercings all the time, especially when I'm doing certain things, professional jobs and all that. But that's just to say that at those times, those were okay, because I was in a sporty mood. The more demanding aspect of my life didn't require me to look professional, so it was okay for me to look that way. It was okay for me to wear 10 earrings in my ears. So if I'm in another job, or if I'm corporate, then I know that for sure I can't be wearing 20 earrings in my ears or 10 earrings in my ears and 5 over here, 10 over here, like whatever the case is. At that time, once I'm in a particular setting, you know, you have to alter, you have to change. You have to change how you look, how you present yourself to this job or the world, for instance. So it really depends. But the action of looking into the mirror, that will help to alter the way you see yourself or someone else sees you. So a lot of times what we need to do is just simply look into the mirror, and it also gives you a reflection of yourself. You can say, okay, I need to do this, I need to lose some weight. Like even for me, because there was a time when I had a lot of what do you call it, double chins, and I had to say, okay, I need to really start working on myself, like my face, and do different exercises and use different equipment on my face to make sure that I get my face toned. But if you're not looking in the mirror, you won't really be seeing what others are seeing, because I can tell you that sometimes when these changes are occurring in your body, you won't see it. You're sometimes the last to realize that, damn, I've gained 20 pounds. Damn, my face has gotten fatter. Like, these things happen so quickly sometimes you won't notice. And that's why looking into the mirror is such an important and such a underestimated step that you can take in building your confidence, right? Because what it does, it shows you what others are actually seeing. What you are actually missing is really the point that you're actually missing is reality looking back at you. When you can tell yourself anything in your brain, create false interpretation or false narrative in your head of what you look like or how you present yourself to the world, the mirror will tell you exactly what is going on, right? So do not underestimate the power of looking into the mirror, and I feel that it's a good way. Looking into the mirror is a good way to build self-confidence regardless of how you feel. Alright, so just make your tweaks, look in the mirror, make your tweaks, and that will do a big number on your self-confidence. Alright, third way to build self-confidence regardless of how you feel is to try different clothing, different hairstyles. Try something different, something you've never done, like something you've seen somebody else do and you've never done it before, but you're like, how would that look on me? How would I feel doing that? Because you have to try new things to know if it will work for you. So that's one of the ways also to build self-confidence, because a lot of time we'll be stuck in our own heads Our minds will be telling us one thing when in reality we're able to do something else because we're used to it. A lot of times we do things only because we're used to it, no additional reason. So trying new things or stepping out of our comfort zone with our physical, mental, or even emotional well-being, it does allow us to see ourselves from a different light. It allows us to see ourselves doing things differently from what we've always done. So I would implore that to build confidence, regardless of how you feel, is to just do it. Just do something that you've always wanted to do. Just do something that you've always thought that you will never do. Just allow yourself to have that experience because the brain remembers what it experiences. All right, so if you want to say, okay, I've mastered that, just looking at it, reading about it, thinking about it will never make you master something. You actually have to get up and do it. All right, so that hairstyle that you always thought you wanted to try, go ahead and try it. Anything new that you always said, okay, I don't know how I'm looking at it or how it will fit me or how I will fit into that situation, but just allow yourself to experience it because there's nothing like experience. All right, so go ahead and do all the things that you've always wanted to do, even if it's just for that moment. Just go ahead and do it. The fourth way of building confidence, regardless of how you feel, is by choosing the right books to read. Yes, so it's not just reading any book. You have to remember that you want to align your mind, your beliefs, and your action to the goal that you have in mind. But reading just any book at any particular time won't do that. Because remember, when you're reading the book, you are actually garnering all this information. And you want to make sure that when you are garnering this information, it's aligning with the objective that you have in mind. So normally what I do advise you to do is go ahead and turn to the back of the book, read the summary of the book, and see if it's in alignment with the objective that you have in mind. Because you probably want to go east, and the book that you're reading is telling you all about what happens in West and how to do things to accomplish a goal in West. But you're not trying to go to West, you're actually trying to go to East. Alright, so what it's doing is actually misaligning you with the goal that you have in mind. So you actually want to read a book that's gonna take you to East. So it's important, guys, that when you have an objective in mind, that you are actually reading the books that's gonna take you in the same direction as the objective that you have, that you set out for yourself and that you want to achieve. So that way your mind is in alignment with what you are about to do. All right, because a lot of times in life we will have a concept, like we'll know what we want, how we need to reach the goals, but we don't know the baby steps to get there. And a lot of times we have the potential to give us the science behind certain concepts. It will give us the ideologies behind certain concepts, the history behind it, and that way we'll have a deeper understanding of what we are doing and why we even feel the way about the thing that we're about to do. So you want to make sure that all the information you're grasping at that particular time that you want to set out an objective, they're all in alignment with what you are set out to do. So if you are going on a job interview and you want to hear how to articulate yourself for the interview, the best ways to answer the questions and all that, make sure that you are reading books about what to do in a job interview, the best ways to answer the questions and all that, and not a book about HR managers and how they make mistakes about selecting candidates, or a book about the consequences of selecting your wrong job. I mean, just a book that counteracts what your main intent is. And it goes even for social medias, other television, like anything that you are putting into your brain, into your body, that you're listening to. You don't want to be counteracting your actions, your intent with what you're putting into your body or even listening to. So it's just like eating. Like if you tell yourself you want to lose weight, remember you can't be eating a lot of food but at the same time you want to lose weight. I mean, because the concept is that you want to be in a deficit to lose weight. So yeah, you can eat what you want, but make sure that you're going to deficit that if your objective is to lose weight. All right, then if your objective is to build muscle, you want to eat more proteins, right? So you're going to be in not necessarily in a deficit, depends what you want to do. If it's getting bulkier and muscle, but the main thing is that you want to make sure that you eat protein. It's similar, so you want to make sure that you're in alignment, like all the things that you do are in alignment with your objective. So if you're not in the mood and you need to build self-confidence, just make sure that every small details, like all of the things around you, are lined up with what you're set out to do. So the fifth major thing that you can do to build self-confidence regardless of how you feel is to reorganize your space. And when I say space, so I do use the space as a general term, but what the word space will encapsulate is the concept of everything around you. All right, so it being your friends, family, it can be your physical space also. So you want to grow, but you know that you are a morning person. If you're a morning person, it means that you need to make sure that you're waking up early in the morning so you can achieve the goals that you're set out to do. There's no way you're going to be a morning person but you're waking up at night and you're trying to get everything done late in the day. No, you are not where you're supposed to be. You have to reorganize your mind. You have to reorganize your time. So in this sense, your space becomes your time. So you have to reorganize your time. Make sure you're going to bed earlier so you can wake up early enough to actually be your best. It can be your space, your physical space. Like for some persons, you know that you are, like for me, I need to be where sunshine is. There was a time in my life when I literally had to wake up and go outside and sit in the sun every morning before I start my day. So if you know that you're this type of person, make sure you get some sunshine so you can activate your own self, your true self, because that's what you need to grow. That's what you need to feel confident. That's what you need to be the person who you're meant to be. And it was a big thing for me because whenever I wake up, I would have to always go inside the sun. And for some reason, the sun would just energize me in the mornings and I couldn't function. If I wake up and I don't go outside and sit in the sun a little, for the rest of the day, I would just feel cranky. I would just feel like something is missing. And it's just sometimes little things, little habits that we have are little things that we really enjoy. So if you're like that, then you know you put your sun beside, you move your bed and put it beside the sun because you're a person that really likes sunshine. And it can be simple things. It can be very simple things. It can just be the way you organize your house. You're like, okay, I really like things this way. Put it the way you like. Put things the way that will motivate you or encourage you to be your best self. It's simple things sometimes. You know that you like white, but yet you have black things in your house. No, stick to white things because that's what you like. That's what makes you feel good inside yourself. It can be simple things. Sometimes we have family and friends around us who are not motivating. They're always negative. Guess what? Sometimes you need to check it up, change it a little. Don't call them, don't talk to them for a while. Just don't get that energy in your life that you know that is counteractive or counterproductive to what your goal is. I'm not saying that you need to malice everybody in your family or malice the person, but sometimes you need to detox yourself from these things that are not good for you or that are not helping you or enhancing the objective that you have set out for yourself. Alright, so these are my 5 ways that you can actually help to build self-confidence regardless of how you feel. And tell me what you think about this video. Now, guys, if you have not gotten the chance to subscribe to my channel, feel free to go ahead and description button below, and also feel free to hit the bell notification. That way, you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And I still do my weekly vlogs and all that, but I feel that this is my channel and I feel that I should be able to articulate myself however I feel in my own space. And yes, my son just passed and he's like, "Mommy, why are you doing the video at the door?" Because yes, this is where I feel like doing my video. And I feel a lot of times we feel so compelled to do things the way others do it. No, if you feel like making your video at your door, then do your video at your door. Being liberated is a good thing and it really helps to build your self-confidence. So guys, take pride in doing what you want to do. Make sure that you're not harming others or you don't have any more hard feelings towards people. But just be free to do what you really want to do. At the end of the day, that your objective is being met and that you are growing as a person. Alright guys, so thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next video.